That's me getting ready to start with a lot of runners in front of me in this massive starting field, and don't be fooled by the fact that we're starting on a running track, because this is not your ordinary running race. This is the legendary 10 Mila relay in Sweden. The simplest way to describe it is that it's like Champions League for orienteering runners, where the best clubs in the world pick their best 10 runners to run a relay of 100 km through the forest. And since it's orienteering, you have to navigate through the forest just using a map and a compass. You're not allowed to see the map with the course you're running before the start, so standing here on the start line I have no idea what is waiting for me the upcoming 10 kilometers, and I'm pretty nervous to be honest, which you probably can tell from my heart rate being 117 just standing still. Yeah, that's not my normal resting heart rate. It's starting at an insane pace because everyone wants to have a good position before we head out into the forest. Oh, and there's someone almost fell right in front of me. This is the first time I'm running the first leg in this relay and get to experience the intense mass start, and as you can see my starting position wasn't the best. And that's because my team didn't have a good result from last year. Out of the 333 teams, my starting position was 168. So my goals are simple in this race. Gain as many places as possible and be as close as possible to the elite runners in front. Knowing that I compete against world-class runners, my goal was to not lose more than 5 minutes on the fastest runners. And to do that, I know that I cannot allow myself to do any mistakes in my navigation. I know that many watching my channel don't know that much about the sport of orienteering, so here's a quick explanation of the map you can see to the left. That is the same map that I'm running with. The triangle that you can see my GPS route just came to is the starting point, and from here you have to navigate and choose your own route choices between the checkpoints that are marked with circles. In orienteering we call these checkpoints controls, and you have to punch all of them in the right order with your digital chip to not get disqualified. So everything that is white on the map is forest, green is dense forest, yellow are open fields, and the black lines are trails or roads, like the one I'm running on now. And the brown lines are elevation contours. So far it has been a lot of running here on the road. I and many of the other runners has chosen to use this road, the first part to the first control, to avoid the green dense forest. And I think this was a good route choice, because although I keep my position in the group, I have gained some places. Heading into the forest here towards my first control, I had hoped that I was going to be able to pass a lot of people to move up in the field and get closer to the leaders. But the opening base was really hard, and I had to realize that I just gotta focus on hitting my control perfect and maybe pass runners that do navigation mistakes early in the race. As you can see on my GPS tracking, all of us in this group are heading in perfect direction into my first control. But I keep checking my compass a lot to make sure I don't start the race with a mistake. And you should never just follow the guys in front of you and trust that they are doing the navigation for you. On a relay like this, when all of us runners start at the same time, you have slightly different control points on some places to make sure that you can not just follow. But of course all teams end up running the exact same distance to make it fair. So I'm really happy to see that that is my first control, and it's always such a great feeling getting a good start to a race like this. I continue to get the quite tricky second control in a good way, and heading into the third control I take a route choice using some trails up this hill. I have a quite low max heart rate of 178, and as you can see in the data to the right on the screen, I'm already at 167, so this is way over my threshold, and I can probably not keep this intensity the whole way. So I decide to stick to the pack I'm in, and then hopefully I can pass some people if the pace settles down a bit later in the race. To get really accurate heart rate to help with pacing and record all the data and the GPS tracking that you see to the left on the screen, I use products from Chorus that are sponsoring this video. Of course you're not allowed to use GPS navigation during the race, and it would also be impossible to have any real advantage from that, since you first get your course and map the second you start. But for orienteering running, the use of a watch with really accurate GPS is crucial to be able to analyze the race afterwards with the GPS tracking, as you see to the left, And as mentioned, I also use the heart rate in this race to pace myself. I run with a Coros heart rate monitor to get the heart rate values that I 100% can trust without needing to run with a chest strap. And the watch I'm wearing is the Coros Apex 2 Pro, which is a lightweight but really rugged watch with sapphire glass and this metal bezel, so it's perfect for trail running or orienteering where you need a watch that can take a fall or two. And it also has all of the features you could wish for in a running watch. Thanks Coros for creating these great products for us runners and orienteers. As I punch the third control, I am at 131st place, so I gained more than 30 places from my starting position, which is good, and so far in the race I'm really happy with my navigation. But I can already feel that running on this soft ground in the forest is tough. I used to be an elite orienteer competing for top positions on my legs in this relay, but the last couple of years I have not trained as much and very little running off trail in the forest like this, and you get good at what you train on. But my navigation skills is still good, so I have to focus on that and play into my strengths. Here I choose an own route going down this hill that I think looks faster on the map, and I managed to gain some positions here actually. To the fourth control you can once again use this trail, which I think is the fastest route, and it looks like all runners choose the same route. Heading into the fifth control, I am at 126th position and 1 minute and 36 seconds behind the leaders. And now we head into the trickiest part of the course, with some green areas where the forest is dense, and as soon as the visibility becomes less in the forest, you have to work twice as hard with your compass and map reading to get your controls in a perfect way. And I'm really happy with my execution to these controls, and people doing mistakes allows me to gain some places. I get the quite tricky 8th control in a perfect way, and so far I'm so happy with my race and can feel that I have caught up with some more people. But to the 9th control I think I get a bit too confident with my navigation, and this is dangerous in orienteering. The moment you stop having respect for the challenge and work with your map and compass all the time, you can quickly get punished, and in the worst case scenario lose several minutes on a mistake. I miss my direction a bit, going way too far to the left, and I'm not 100% sure of where I am when I get closer to the control. But I'm so happy that I didn't get too stressed. I managed to slow down, look at my map and look around and understand that I must be too much left of the control. So I managed to get it, but I probably lost 20 seconds here, and it was a good reminder to myself that I gotta keep my focus all the way for the rest of the course. And especially when you get tired by the end of a race like this, it is so easy to do mistakes because your brain doesn't always work optimal when you are close to your limit physically. I get the 10th and 11th control in a good way, and although I had that small mistake, my good navigation to the other controls in that tricky area has made me pick up 35 more places. So I punch here at the 11th control at 91st place, 3 minutes and 8 seconds after the leaders. And here we have a bit of a longer leg to the next control with some different route choices you can take. And I quite quickly decide to stay close to the line, although I have to run up this hill in the beginning of the leg. But I can use some fast rails leading into the control, and although I lose 5 places to this control, I actually get 3 seconds closer to the leaders, now being 3 minutes and 5 seconds after them, because they actually took a bit of a slower route choice running around that big hill. I continue to execute the navigation quite good to control 13 and 14, but still lose some more time and places. I'm simply really tired at this point, and I'm glad that we're approaching the last part of the course, to be honest. I'm punching here at the 102nd place, so now I'm out of the top 100, but I'm about to do something quite drastically on this longer leg on the way back to the arena. I see all runners going a bit left, but I really feel that using the trail going around this hill and save some height meters would be the best route choice when I look at my map. So I decided to just go for it. And all of a sudden, after running with a lot of people all around me from the start of the race, I now find myself completely alone in the forest. Everything you can hear is maybe some birds and the wind, so it's such a weird feeling suddenly running alone. And of course I start doubting my route choice when I see nobody else taking the same route choice. But I just try to push hard and do my best and continue to trust my route choice. I'm hoping that this will help me gain some places and not lose even more places. And coming into the control here, I recognized some of the runners that I was running with earlier, so I realized that I at least didn't lose a lot on my route choice. And now I can see that I actually managed to gain some places on my route choice and are now within the top 100 again, at place 99. So I'm actually quite proud that I dared to really trust my own navigation and my own route choice, and it paid off this time, but it's also a bit of a risky move leaving the group in a race like this. Now it's not that long to go until the finish, and I'm very happy with my race so far. But I'm about to almost mess it all up on one of the last controls here. I followed these runners in front of me, but I have a feeling checking my compass that I'm a bit too much to the right here going into the 17th control. And I should have trusted my gut, because as you can see on the GPS tracking, we run past the control on the right side of it, but then I see this one guy turning back and I think, yeah, he must be right. I also think the control should be down there. So I was a bit lucky here and super relieved that it didn't end up being a bigger mistake when I actually find this control. I lost some seconds, but I actually gained quite many places because there were so many people doing a mistake to this control, or a bigger mistake than I did. From here on, it's just easy navigation the last couple of controls into the arena and changeover. I'm sprinting with all I got, but still have to let some runners pass me. It was super frustrating getting a bit stuck behind this fallen tree, and with extremely tired legs, it's not that easy getting over it. But I don't lose many seconds on it, but some places. But after this control, it's just fast, easy running towards the finish line. It was such a cool experience getting to run the first leg in this legendary orienteering relay. If you're into orienteering, I actually started a second YouTube channel about orienteering where I uploaded this and other races completely uncut with commentary through it. I will leave a link to that channel in the description to this video. And I finished my leg and changed over to our second leg runner at 19th place, 5 minutes and 34 seconds behind the fastest runner, which I'm really happy with, especially considering my starting position and that there are some world-class runners up there in the front. And I couldn't have think of a more fun way to spend the weekend than running this epic relay with my team Oko Moss. And it was nice following the relay through the night and cheering on our runners. We finished in 169th place, which is quite good for us. Thanks Coros for sponsoring this video and creating great products. Check out the Apex 2 Pro that I ran this race with and all of their other products in the link in the description to this video. Train smart, have fun, and I will see you in the next video.